Welcome to the Coalesco webinar considering real-time information presented by Frier. The webinar will cover what is real-time information, the main changes for the employer, timescales, preparations for RTI, and reporting information sent to HM Revenue and Customs and when. Real-time means employers have to start reporting PAYE information to HM Revenue and Customs, HMRC, in real time. You may see this referred to as real-time information or RTI. This means we are going to submit details about employees' pay and deductions to HMRC each time an employee is paid. HMRC objectives of such a scheme are to improve accuracy and efficiency, collect payroll data in real time, make employees' tax deductions more accurate throughout the year, reduce fraud, and provide support for the universal tax credit system that will be introduced in October 2013. How will RTI affect you? As an employer, each time you pay an employee, we already keep payroll information. Under RTI, we will operate PAYE in the same way, but we must submit the payroll information we already keep to HMRC on or before you pay your employees. This is called a full payment submission, FPS, which we will come back to later. Some of the main forms that you will be familiar with that won't be used once we start operating PAYE in real time include the following. Forms P14 and P35 end-of-year returns will be replaced by the FPS each time you pay employees, and the Employer Payment Summary, EPS, each month for any adjustments to what you owe. Form P45, no parts will be sent to HMRC. Instead, we will include starters and leavers information on your FPS. Form P46 will not be used. Instead, starters and leavers will be included on your FPS. We will use a starter checklist to keep our own records. And Form P38S will not be used, so all employees are to be included on your payroll and in your FPS. More to follow. The following will remain unchanged when we begin reporting PAYE in real time. PAYE calculations remain the same. It is only the reporting that changes. Coding notices will be received in the format that we want. Payment dates to HMRC and the methods of payment will remain the same, but remember HMRC will know the exact amount due from you and penalties will be chargeable for late or non-payment. Form P60s will remain the same. And real-time reporting is not changing how expenses and benefits are reported. Employers will continue to complete and file any forms P9D, P11D and P11DB under the existing PAYE arrangements. Real-time reporting is not changing the construction industry scheme payment and reporting process. Reporting to HMRC in real time will commence from your first employee payment date after the 6th of April 2013. We will need to report your payroll information electronically on or before any day when you pay someone. This will be carried out by us at the same time that the payments are calculated. We need to review the processes throughout your organisation to check that we have the information we need to record and report it on time, whether weekly or monthly. It is important that the information we will provide on these reports is right. If it's wrong, it will cause you and HMRC problems, and your employees might be affected too. It is very important to use accurate employee details, including full name, home address, date of birth, national insurance number, and gender before the new PAYE or real time is introduced. By doing this, we will ensure employees pay the correct income tax and national insurance, make it easier to match information you send with HMRC's records of your employee, and reduce the number of employee queries you receive from HMRC. Common issues that HMRC report each year on receipt of the Form P14s are missing information from employee records, including NIC number and forenames, plus the use of initials rather than forenames per the birth certificate. The making up of information resulting in employees that are over 200 years of age, forename and surname of employees swapped around, and fields containing the incorrect information. The best way to check these mandatory details are correct is to verify them against a birth certificate, passport, driving licence or official document from HMRC or the Department for Work and Pensions. The most common piece of information missing from our clients' employee records is the national insurance number. If you do not have the national insurance number for your employee, we can trace the correct number using the HMRC National Insurance Tracing Service. Please ask your employee for this information in the first instance. The full payment submission, FPS, is the submission sent to HMRC on or before the employee is paid. This may be weekly, fortnightly, 4-weekly, monthly or quarterly. Our payroll software will generate the new reports and submit payroll information online. The FPS will include lots of details, including the amount you pay your employees, deductions such as PAYE and national insurance contributions, starter and leaver dates if applicable. We need to include the details of all of the employees you pay, including those who earn below the national insurance lower earnings limit, for example students. Getting employee data right is as easier as if 1, 2, 3 if you work with us. In the pack you have received is a data validation report. Over 80% of data quality problems are caused by holding the incorrect information about an individual's name, date of birth or national insurance number. Getting this information right is good for everyone. The individual will pay the correct tax and national insurance contributions, and you and I will receive fewer queries from HMRC. The data validation report shows all employees listed on your payroll system paid in the 2012-13 year. We need to check that the data is complete and accurate. I have highlighted the incomplete fields for you. Here are some practical tips to help you get your data right. For name, please always provide the individual's full and official forename or names and not just their initial or initials. Make sure that their forenames and surname are in the correct order. Check you have spelt the names correctly. For example, enter John Smith and not J. Smith or Smith J, and include a middle name if the person has one, for example, John Michael Smith. Check an official document to ensure that you have spelt the name right. For example, Smith with an I and not a Y. For date of birth, please always provide the correct date of birth. Do not enter a default date or incorrect date. And check that the date of birth is in the correct format. Enter the day, month and full year of birth. For national insurance number, please always enter the correct national insurance number. Do not make up a number, use a default number, or use a number belonging to someone else. The number must begin with 2 letters followed by 6 digits and end with a letter which will be either A, B, C or D. No matter what led to uncertainty over an individual's national insurance number, you must act to ensure that you give HMRC the correct number. In addition, you need to inform us of any lower paid, temporary, irregular or casual staff. We need to report details to all staff, no matter how much you pay them, even those earning below the lower earnings limit or those just paid once a year. So you'll have to give us the details of these employees to enter onto your payroll system, but please be sure to get their employment status right. There is new information required for your payroll records for each employee. The data validation report contains a new field for the number of hours worked. Please mark the report to show the number of hours each of your employees normally works in a week. This is mandatory information and essential for you to complete. As soon as you have all of your information to return your data validation report to us, please do so, along with the signed declaration enclosed in your pack. The deadline for submission to Coalesco is Friday the 1st of March. The declaration states that the data validation report is complete and accurate, contains all employees, and that the hours ordinarily worked has been updated to one of the options stated. Upon receipt of this information, Coalesco will update your payroll system, lodge with HMRC a payroll alignment report, and confirm to you by email that you are RTI ready. If you have any queries, please do not hesitate to contact me by email or telephone. Please action this request promptly and thoroughly, and thank you for your attention.